Hello, Stannies, Fannies, and Insannies. Woodies. Don't shake your head. Shoodies.
Cooties.
Shoody woody cooties. No, we don't do that here. We're healthy-minded people. We don't do woulda, shoulda, couldas, okay? We did. I did. It's done. Grow up. Move on. Welcome to AnnieWood. This is episode 24.
24.
24. Oh, my God. I'm so blessed.
They grow up so old.
You sure it's 24 or 25?
Oh, my gosh. She never just trusts me, this woman.
Would you? Would you trust him? You should have seen him knocking and clocking everything around. Moments ago, there were just lights flying and water bottles flinging. But we're so excited about this episode. It is a OG solo episode with me and ya boy.
We got a special guest producer.
We have a special guest producer who came in the nick of time because Mike Evans was sleeping.
But we'll have Mike Evans back, of course.
No, Mike Evans is coming back, but...
So if you miss Mike Evans, just say, hey, Mike Evans in the comments. Say, hey, Mike Evans, we missed you so much.
No, don't. Say, Mike Evans, can you wake up before 3 p.m., please? For your career and your life and your future. We love you, Mike. We love you, Lauren. Thank you so much for your help. This was wonderful. We love our guy. Our guy was just sitting around here, flopping around. Upside down, hanging upside down back there. So I thought Mommy would give him a little attention.
And by the time this comes out, we'll be in the great country of...
Toronto, Canada.
Not a country.
I don't know, what is Canada a country? Or
yes.
There are all these provinces and stuff.
It's a country.
Canada, you guys are wild. You got a lot of things happening. For looking
that's
a lot
why we like
us,
Canada.
You're so different.
But that's why we like Canada, because they have a lot of things.
They have a lot of things. Canada's like us. What I like about Canada is that their money is so silly.
Don't make fun of their money. But
we
guys,
want it. Guys, come
tickets.
bring your money. Bring your money. Spend it on us. Bring your silly willies.
It's almost sold out there.
Shows are selling out rapidly, so you're going to get your tickets. And we're very excited to come back. In the episode, I was more in my cluster headaches than I am now. I feel like I'm on my way out.
She sees a light and
I see a light, and it did come crashing towards me when Todd knocked it over earlier. But no, I am excited. I went to a neurologist. I got some steroids, so I'm going to be ready to rock.
She's going to be pushing me around and hitting me and punching me.
My testes are going to be all shriveled up, and I'm going to be ready to roll. But please come to Toronto. Get your tickets at AnnieLederman.com/shows. And you can also get tickets for Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm bringing the beautiful Josh Potter with me. That's May 12th and 13th. Baltimore, I'm going to Magoobies. I love Baltimore. I ate a lot of crabs from Maryland this past time. I'm very excited to come. Get those tickets. I know it's an interesting time, June 2nd and 3rd, where you're maybe going to want to go on vacation, but don't. Come hang out with me. Tell all your friends. It's going to be a party. Salt Lake City, Utah, Wise Guys. Ooh, we do well there. That is a really fun club. That was the first club I sold out and hit my bonuses at, and it was so amazing, and I love the owner, Keith. It's just great vibes. I love you, beautiful people. Bring me your beautiful, luscious, golden skin. Bring me your blessed by the Lord skin on June 9th and 10th in Salt Lake City. Then June 23rd and 24th, I'm going to be in San Antonio, Texas, making up the trip that I was supposed to be on this past weekend, but I had cluster headaches and I was supposed to go to New York. Also, there's some rumors about Philadelphia. There's some rumors about San Francisco. There's a lot coming up, and I will be at in Calgary for the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival with Andrew Schultz, August 27th, so get tickets for that before it sells out. And guys, I'm just really excited. Please come to Toronto. Todd's coming. Randy's coming. It's going to be fun.
The whole family.
We're leaving the kids. No, we're leaving the kids behind.
Oh, yeah, not that guy.
This guy he stays here.
Welcome to AnnieWood.
Welcome to AnnieWood, episode 24. We're very excited. We've had a cluster-filled...
It was a very clustery day.
Clustery time, but it's been fun, too. Todd and I have just been hanging out because I can't go anywhere because I get hurt.
Yes. But we also have a...
We have a special guest, a guest producer in today. We have Lauren here. Lauren, I met oh, did you give her the mic too if she wants to talk?
Yeah, she's got her mic. You just have to push the third one up. Yeah.
Okay, this is why I love Lauren. Okay, so Lauren, I did a show at Flappers in Burbank. I don't know how long ago. How long ago was it?
I don't know.
It was months ago. Do you remember? January. Wow. It was in January? Okay. In January, you also do hear the East Coast accent? Did you hear it? Wooder, this is my bitch. Oh, you gotta bleep it. This is my girl. Okay, so did the show. It was always so fun at Flappers. She comes up in the meet and greet. She's got a paper in her hands. She goes, I'm shooting my shot. Here's my resume. I'd love to work for you. I said, thank you. Did you think I was serious when I said thank you?
I don't know. You were very genuine and sweet. So I don't know.
I was like, we'll see. But this is in true Annie form.
Well, usually it's that's what's interesting. Usually people give us stuff, we throw it right in the trash.
When they give us stuff, that is not true. That is not true.
It's not true.
Do you know how many weird slug things I have?
Yeah, we have a lot of weird slug things. We got one right there.
I had a cement slug that was like, I mean, it might have been 25 pounds. The cement slug, every piece broke off. I just had like crumbles of cement in my bag when I got home. I take everything home. The only thing I left once was someone gave me a blanket, and I was like, what am I going to?
That's like perfect for traveling, a blanket.
I think it was when I'd already brought my Skims blanket jacket. I have a Skims blanket jacket that seems like a great thing to travel in, and then it's just Todd holding my blanket jacket. But anyway, so she came up to me, she shot her shot, she gave me her resume. We put it on the fridge. It's been on the fridge since January.
Yeah.
And then today, I want to, surprise, Mike Evans slept in.
Yeah.
No, Mike Evans wasn't available today, so it was perfect timing.
Because we're going, wait, who could we call?
And then we're trying to grow our team.
And then while I was getting
here.
my Oreos and cookies out of the milk, I closed the door and I went, wait a second. Maybe we could give someone a call here.
And then you know what you're next to on our fridge? You're next to so it's your resume, our nieces and nephews, and a picture of the ultrasound of my eggs when I had my eggs frozen. Which is actually so gross. Like an ultrasound with the absence of children in it is dark.
And then remember when my mom FaceTimed us and I was holding the ultrasound?
It was so mean. But also she thought I was like pregnant with like 16 kids.
Oops.
I'm going to make her be the surrogate. Have I talked about that on here yet?
I don't know.
I think I talked about it the last episode. You should know. You edit it.
I don't know. I don't know nothing.
But anyway, welcome, Lauren.
Thank you.
Or it's like Lauren. I should say Lauren.
I say Lauren. Some people say Lauren.
Lauren.
It doesn't matter.
Well, I've lost my East Coast. Where are you from exactly?
Montgomery County in Pennsylvania.
Yes, I know, girl. Where though?
Bluebell.
Bluebell.
Yeah.
Oh my God. My heroin addict friend was from Bluebell.
That's where Annie's got her bells rang.
My bluebells. That's where I left a lot of blue balls in Bluebell. I'll tell you that. No, Bluebell. That's where my friend from high school, my heroin addict friend, she would like try to shoot up and miss the vein. Blood would be squirting everywhere. She stole.
It got on you?
No, that was not with me. I wasn't there. That was my friend Liz, who was also murdered by the Russian mafia. Let's just say when you go to a juvenile delinquent school, you want to be the one that thinks everyone else is crazy. I'll tell you that. And I was the good girl. But so anyway, so my friend who she was like stealing, she stole her mom's, like all her mom's diamonds and stuff to get heroin. And
I told on her.
I told on her. She was so mad at me. I was in so much trouble.
And he was a snitch.
I was a snitch. She was going to die. She was like bleeding everywhere. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So I told her mom, and then she was so mad at me. And then like 6 months later, she was like, I forgive you. I forgive you. Let's hang out. So we met up at the pool hall. By the way, the pool hall is where everyone I know that's dead hung out. Do not hang out at the pool hall when you're a teenager. And she was like, thank you. I understand. Obviously I was mad, but I understand you were just trying to help me. I go, yeah, of course. So then she's like, let's go to the bathroom. And we go to the bathroom. She stands in front of the door and she starts snorting heroin. She's like, I snort it now. I was like, ah! Why are you doing this to me? So I stopped talking to her. So I have no clue where she is, but I'm assuming it's an RIP. Hopefully
you don't know where she is?
I stopped hanging out with her. I was like, this is enough. How many times do I have to call her mom?
Well, we got to find her. What's her name?
I don't remember her last name.
The audience find her.
I can't ask my high school because, or should I just start calling them and asking them random questions?
Should we prank call them? What time is it?
Prank call my high school? No, that gives me panic attacks. It's Sunday. But the the cops were really crazy.
We
there.
could prank call.
Were you like bad girl or good girl?
No, I was a really good kid.
I could guess. Honestly, I didn't want to like judge you.
I never ran into the cops.
But they're around. They were around,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, they were. Even my parents don't like the Bluebell cops.
Bluebell.
No one likes Bluebell cops.
But you know what? I've started to like miss cops a lot because I don't think I've seen a cop in about 2.5 years. The last cop I saw was standing next to a cop car being burnt outside my house in Beverly Grove. We sometimes we just watch cop videos online just to remember what they look like.
Hold on, I had an idea for when you call your
My high school.
prank call your high school. You could call and be like, "Hey, do you have any naked kids running around?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, why?" Like, you better go catch them. Hey, are your naked kids running? Yeah. Well, you better go catch them.
Well, they're not technically kids. They look like grown-ups, so. I went to a molester school, if you didn't know. But they just fucking diddled us. There were pillows instead of chairs because it was like easier to bang us on.
But we have a huge update.
We have a lot of updates, actually. So as you know, one of my self care for my cluster headaches was to take mushrooms. I'm now 2 days mushroom clean. I haven't been able to say that in a month. I couldn't do it anymore. I don't care. I'll just take the pain of the cluster. I cannot be tripping on mushrooms this
Let
hard.
me ask you something. From you tripping that much mushrooms, do you still feel like a spiritual thing with mushrooms, or is it strictly like medication now? Is it like taking like Benadryl?
I feel like it's going to be a long time before I'm like,
Having fun.
mushrooms seem fun. The thing is, the amounts I was trying to take different types of amounts and just seeing what would work and stuff. But you can't control like how much you stay here and how much you go.
And the more you
the other
look
place.
online, the higher the dosage people start recommending. So they're like, you got to start taking 1 gram. And then some guy was like, you got to do like at least 3 grams. And then one guy was like, you got to do like 5 grams of mushroom.
And it's like, I have no ego left. Okay. At this point, my ego has been chipped away. But anyway, so yeah, no, I'm not, mushrooms feel like, you know what it feels like? Homework to me. It feels like something I don't want to do, but if I have to do it, I'll probably feel better afterwards after I do it. But I'm not going to do it on my own.
You never feel better after.
I feel better now. I feel better having.
I remember Josh called and he was like, "You're still on mushrooms?" He was like, "Are you depressed?" He's like, "Your serotonin must be burnt out of your brain."
I've been devastated for 3 weeks, and I do feel happy. I feel joy, hope, happiness again. Still have the cluster headaches, but I do think that the medicine of the mushrooms worked, and now being off of them, I can enjoy it. But Todd took advantage of me.
I didn't take advantage of nobody.
He took advantage of me when I was on drugs.
I have been also taking mushrooms, so she's not so alone.
Which has backfired on him quite a few times because the mushrooms actually did not work, if I'm going to be honest. They never worked. Did they work? It's hard to tell if they worked.
Here's the thing. I think the reason you were throwing up is because of the mushrooms, and then you would throw up and feel better. And I feel like, because when you take mushrooms and you throw up, that's when the tripping starts. So I feel like you threw up and then you felt better because the tripping kicked in and it helped.
What I felt, and I'm not in any way have no evidence of this, what I felt was that I would throw up and it like dilated something and it pushed something open when I was like.
But that might be the mushrooms pushing things open.
Yes, I believe that. But also like when I would cry, it would make it feel better too. Because it would like push this nerve right here. Just like, it's so sad. It's like the most depressing thing. Are you guys sick of hearing me talk about cluster headaches?
But we were on mushrooms and we're laying in bed.
Mushrooms, we're laying in bed.
Searching through YouTube channels and I go, oh, what is that? Serpa Design. Oh, this is my favorite guy.
He got me hooked on terrarium videos.
You like that guy,
Serpa.
Tucker, that's his name, right?
Tucker,
Tanner.
Tanner. It's not Tucker. Tanner. Tanner
From
is so
Serpa
precious.
Design.
There's two guys we watch, and one guy is on a different side of the spectrum than the other guy. And the one on the other side of the spectrum is so precious. Like
He's
the
very
other guy, you're
precious.
like, Todd thought he was single. Todd thought the guy that's like not spectrumy was single and like was like using terrariums to get pussy. But he has like a family. So.
They all have families.
But it's
There's no such thing as a single guy with a terrarium.
But I'll tell you this: there's so many single guys with snakes, but not terrariums. But the thing about a guy with a terrarium, the reason I think it's for men with wives and serious relationships is because what a great hobby. Like other hobbies are what? Like playing pool.
Yeah, going
to hang out with girls who just start
Fucking going golfing.
Going golfing, like just leaving, going out, like you don't know what they're doing.
Uh-huh.
You can't
But
keep an eye on
terrariums,
them.
you're home and you got your own space and you're mixing substrates and soils.
The only thing you have to worry about is him having a homosexual affair with Chris from the fish shop. What's that guy's name?
Oh yeah, I forget his
Is
name.
it Chris or Mike? Mike from the.
I think it's Chris. I think you're right. I think it is Chris.
But I like the British guy, but he's so like polished, you know?
No, he's more into like the vlog style. Like when I was tripping and watching him, I was getting like dizzy because he does a lot of like handheld like camera work, which is cool. But tripping, it was like a little too much. The Serpa Design guy, the
He's just
Tanner,
so cute.
he
He's
just has the camera in
so-
one spot. He plays like relaxing music.
He's just such like a serpent nerd. I don't know what to say. Like he loves like bug nerd. He's just like so cute. There's one episode where he reenacts his spider,
Jumping spider,
his
escaping,
spider escaping,
which is this big. His jumping spider is this big,
and then he reenacts it, and it's just like so cute. I just like love this guy. He's just so, and he's just doing his best, you know.
But we watched it, and she said, "You know what?
I fell in love.
Let's go get that terrarium." And that was Easter Sunday.
I want Tanner, if you're watching this,
Come on the pod.
gotta come on the pod. You've gotta come on the pod. Okay, Tanner, we love you.
Serpa Design. His fans are called the Serpa Squad.
The Serpa Squad.
He goes, "What's up, Serpa Squad?" Sounds exactly like that. He goes, "What's up, Serpa Squad? Today we're building a polarium with 2 levels of waterfalls."
You sound like Joe Pera. Joe Pera explains a terrarium. That's pretty good. But anyway, so then he said, on mushrooms, let's go get a terrarium.
And it was a fun little trip, though.
It was
wasn't
great. I said, let's just look. I got so nervous. And I realized what it is. I don't want my caretaker taking care of something else. It's really the selfish reason behind it all. I don't want bugs in my house, but also.
Well, we went to Petco and we got the
case.
tank. It's called like an Exoterra little glass case.
Right.
And then that's all we really got. We went to like the aquarium, but we didn't.
We went
It
to the
didn't really
aquarium
come
store.
with a lot of stuff.
We went to the aquarium store, and there's an old Asian man who will be in our life at some
But
point.
he
sent us away.
He sent us away. I was like, dude, help us and we'll buy. We were ready to drop cash. We were tripping balls. We were ready to drop.
We were high as hell.
We were ready to drop money.
I am starting to get a cluster headache. I was like, let's go fast.
But he was
money.
like, no, set it up first and then I'll tell you what to get. And I was like,
We
we
don't-
don't know.
listen.
We need to get stuff to
to
set
set
it up with.
So anyway, so we ended up going to Home Depot instead. And there it's like, I don't know if it was the mushrooms, but I was like, this is the most beautiful place on earth.
We went to the garden section.
Mark my words, you will, if you go to find this Home Depot that I went to, I'm not going to tell you which one it is. If you can find it, you will find me sitting in a corner. I'm going to bring my own fold-out table. I'm going to start writing there. I'm going to treat it like a coffee shop.
So we got all these cool plants. We got cool moss.
Yes.
And then the centerpiece of the terrarium is
It's a
the
clicker.
coral cactus.
It's a
looks like
clicker.
a clicker from The Last of Us. So I got that, and that's the centerpiece of it. And here's a picture of the terrarium now. Here it is. So,
Guys, I know this seems boring, okay? I get it. I was
but
there too.
terrariums are hot right now. We were
It
asking
actually
the
is
guy.
like hacky to have a terrarium, but we have a twist on our next terrarium is going to be in a very unique.
Yes. I'm going to build a really cool terrarium. Just guys, stay ready for this terrarium content because it's coming and it's going to be awesome.
It's like get on the terrarium train, guys, okay? What should we call our terrarium fans? What are his called?
Serpa Squad.
We should call him
The
Woodsman.
the Woodsman.
Yeah. Because it's AnnieWood Terrarium.
Annie Woodsman's. Now we're just making completely new names. Annie Wood is already someone's name. Have we ever talked about that on the podcast?
Should we?
How Annie Wood is
She's an
literally an
actress.
actress's name.
Wait, let's look her up. Should we try to get her number?
Should we try to call her?
Should we be like, can we have your website?
Can you have
She's
your name?
cute.
Let me see. What was she
Oh
in?
my God, she's so cute. This was her in 2007. She's 52.
What's the most famous movie she was in?
She was in Good Luck Chuck in 2007.
Good luck, Chuck. That's with Dane Cook and
Yep.
Jessica.
She was in My Sister's Keeper with Rosie O'Donnell. Wait,
Rosie O'Donnell's on it. My Sister
No.
Keeper is Cameron Diaz.
no.
That's the one where she has like
you're
cancer.
Right. Okay, sorry.
That's a sad one. We gotta watch that one. Rosie.
She Attack of the 50-Foot Cheerleader.
Why do I always get Rosie O'Donnell and Roseanne mixed up?
Because
Is the Rose?
you think all fat people look the same. It's the same. Listen, they have
the same
they're
person.
wider, they're larger in structure. They were. Roseanne's skinny now. They're
Yeah.
larger in structure. And
Larger,
they're-
wide,
they're
loud.
Yeah.
They're
rough. They're rough in the right ways. It's
But
TV.
yeah, we got to get Annie Wood on the podcast.
We got to get Annie. She was on the Chelsea Handler show.
Okay.
See, we're already
So
connected.
guys, find Annie Wood on social medias for us and bug her and say, you got to go on the Annie Wood podcast.
She ends up suing us. Oh my God, I got to change my name like Bloodbath. She's like, I actually have a true crime podcast called AnnieWood. Oh God. How are those girls doing? Should we have those girls on?
Who?
The Bloodbath girls?
No. They're probably done podcasting forever.
No, I think I check in on them every once in a while.
Oh,
I have to do it on another thing because I've been blocked. I tried. I wanted to be more open to them, and then they just made me so mad.
Oh my God. Well,
So crazy.
that's for another podcast.
That's literally for another podcast. All right, I have some notes of things. Oh wait, I know what I want to talk about. Are we done talking about the terrarium?
Yeah. The terrarium it's striving. It's beautiful. I think I did a really good job together. We
Is
did
striving a word? Thriving, I think.
Thriving, striving.
What's strive mean? What's strive mean? It's like trying to.
Like striving for something.
Yeah, like pursuing something.
There we go.
Going for something.
It's
I guess it's
pursuing.
striving. It's not really thriving, to be honest. It is striving, actually. All the cute parts I picked out, by the way. I picked out the clicker. I picked out the mosses.
The moss really makes it.
And then what did we find in there? This is also for another podcast, but what did we
Oh
find?
my God.
We got no animals, no living creatures besides these plants. And then day one.
Day one, after I water it, it's, under the lights, a little slug crawled up one of the plants. Little slug. It looked at the sky, kind of was like, ooh, 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 and then crawled back down and went into the substrate. That's like my new favorite word from Terrarium, substrate.
You're substrate the way you sit.
I'm substrate. But we also got some products here that Annie's been using recently. This is
my favorite
this is Annie's
cluster
new
headache.
favorite product.
This is also, by the way, this tape was an
A mouth
abandoned.
tape. A rogue mouth tape.
I've been trying to tape my mouth shut when I go to bed.
And never works. I don't know why you think you ever will.
I want to cure my sleep apnea without getting a sleep. Do you want me to get a?
She tapes her mouth and then she's just up all night because she wants to say stuff.
My jaw's still moving. I'm
She
still
wants to
talking. I'm
say
just like,
stuff. She wants to talk.
I try to talk to him
but
through
it's
it all the time.
held in. So she's just like in bed. She's like,
I do talk. I do say things. Wait, let me put it on. I'm like this. Ew, there's like hair.
ew. Don't
It's okay,
use
it's worth it. It's
No.
I'll be like, no wait.
No, it's that way. Yeah. Ew. You gonna kiss me with those lips?
No. I was like, "Where's the remote? Where's the remote?" Do you know what my passport is? Ew. It wasn't even good. It didn't even like stick on right. I don't care. Cluster headaches. I'm free. No, this is the best product in the entire world. I will tell you, you have to be careful when your hands go a wander and after you use it.
She's Al Bundy's a lot.
I'm an Al Bundier.
Where she relaxes by sticking her.
My hand is inside myself.
And then there's a little pocket somewhere that
I do have like a little pocket that
she likes to mess
hook
with.
onto. But I'll tell you.
When the biofreeze
gets in there, it's and this always happens when I put it on both hands. I have no free hands that don't burn.
So
let's just say it's icy and hot in my neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack.
At the same time.
At the same time.
So she just massages it in there. You wait a couple minutes.
And then
the freeze starts to come.
But the problem too is it gets like in my eyes. I mean, I'm basically just, I look like I'm making fun of Todd. It's an Asian joke.
All right.
Okay. We
What other
also, today
updates?
we went to, but this is our thing, I guess. This is my
our
most
thing
important
for
thing.
the biofreeze.
I use the patches too.
Cool the pain, biofreeze.
But also I use the
Really
patches
cool.
and then the patches don't stick to my neck for some reason. So I've been wrapping gauze around my neck. I look like I just survived a beheading.
Yeah,
I look crazy.
She's been all beat up.
I look crazy. Oh my God, I forgot about this. I tried an eye patch because I read on like, it was deep in the comments of a random cluster headache video. Someone was like, I talked to a optometrist and they said that they think cluster headaches are caused by one eye overworking. So they're like, just try an eye patch for a couple of days. But I don't know if you've ever tried an eye patch. Trying an eye patch is not like a normal thing. It's like, all that ended up happening was I had it on for how many hours? 4, you think?
Around there. A little while. She said, Todd, can you get me an eye patch? I go, what do you want me to go to the Halloween store? Where do you get eye patches?
I go, no, I know you listen, I'm a prop comic. I know where to get eye patches and it's Rite Aid. You can get them everywhere. So I wore this I was like, kind of like, this is sort of what it's like to be Josh Potter. But the truth is, Josh Potter would love for this to be what he sees.
Why?
This eye, honestly, if I put the biofreeze in this eye, maybe it would be like what Josh Potter sees. Because his good eye is also bad, but this is his bad. They would have to be flipped. But anyway, what happened to me when I wore the eye patch is my other eye started to hurt. So I just had cluster headaches on this side and just regular headaches on this side. It was fucking cool.
And you gotta be careful you don't give yourself a lazy eye.
And then didn't I have a lazy eye for like a couple hours afterwards?
She had a little Forrest Whitaker eye. She was like this. One eye had makeup on and the other eye was like closed. And like
I did my makeup when I had my eye patch on and then I took it off and one was like busted looking. But we've been having fun with the cluster headaches. We've been having a good time. I've been choosing to just release. This is a cool time for me to just do nothing. I never give myself time off without guilt. So it's been a guilt-free, chilling.
She's been a good girl.
I've been good. Todd, okay, so this is this is really just a flex now. Before this was carrying my like things. Todd actually is now my wallet. So Todd has all of my credit cards.
I have a phone now.
And he has my phone. I give him my phone. I have my phone now just for notes and stuff, but I've decided to give up my phone privileges. And so
yesterday she went almost a whole day without using her phone.
I used it maybe 25 times, but seemed like
25.
Nothing.
She would try to sneak in an Instagram check. I'd see it. I'd see her sneaking it.
So I gave Todd my phone and I would have to ask him if I could use it and tell him what I was using it for.
Yeah.
And he said no a couple times. You were nice about it.
Yeah.
Because it helped me though, because it gave me like another step of mindfulness when I was using my phone. It was like, okay, by him going like, why? I have to think about like, really, why am I looking at my phone? Like I'm checking something I just checked. He's like, you just checked that. I'm like, oh, I don't need to check that again.
Yeah.
And then I also realized how triggered I can get online by anything.
She's a very triggered girl.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. It's hurting me. I have to stop. Hurts my head.
But yeah, it's a good exercise.
It was cool.
It's a good exercise.
What did you think as the observer of it? Any notes?
I thought it was good. You were a good girl. I think it's just you spend so much time just refreshing. Her middle name is now Annie Refresher Lederman.
Francis Lederman. Here's what's funny about Todd saying this. Todd has near no followers.
I've got
And
4,000.
You do?
Yes.
But you lost a few, didn't you?
I lost a few, but they came right back.
Todd has decided his new shift on Instagram is to do like Stitch videos with just gross things, and then he does this filter.
I do a filter where my face is like this, and he talks like this, and he's going, "Oh, what the heck is going on?"
But anyway, if Todd posts something, I watch him. He refreshes. You refresh and refresh and refresh.
I refresh once in a while. You sit there
you
and
refresh,
you refresh. You're waiting until someone that you want to see to like it.
It's actually the opposite. The sadder part is I'm actually looking for something to hurt me and trigger me.
It's true. That's the way she goes.
But I'm working on it. I'm releasing it. It's not happening anymore. And I think what was good about yesterday is I actually wanted to not use my phone. Before it was like,
well, tomorrow we're going to do the exercise again.
I want to do it again. Because I realize how much I look at it. It is such a waste of time.
I give you Sunday. Sunday's a good day for you could have your phone and...
I just like to check in with my likes and comments. But I'll be like, hey, can I call my mom? And he'll be like, yes.
I approve.
I'll be like, I'm going on a walk. Can I call Bonnie McFarlane?
But also, guys, you're missing out because I've been on Twitch lately and it's been a party.
Todd's been on Twitch. It's been a party of 2, party of 3.
Advert
and his girlfriend, Goblin.
So it
was cute. It was like a double date with us. Like I wasn't really there because I was having headaches, but I was coming in and out.
Popping in and out. But I was playing games with them. We were playing Counter-Strike and we were playing Madden. I
think it's really cute. I'm excited for it to grow.
I'm excited for it to grow, guys. And you're missing out on the party. If you don't come to the party, then you're gonna miss out.
What's it called?
It's Blue Oyster Boy.
Blue Oyster Boy? I thought it was just Oyster Boy.
Blue Oyster Boy.
Blue Oyster Boy? You stole from our restaurant that we like?
Yes, I am the Blue Oyster. So it's Blue Oyster Boy. And we're in the lobster tank. That's what the tank is called. And we're having fun.
I got to tell you, okay, so guys, that was the thing of the week, but I also have something of the weeks coming in the mail. And this is not one of our sponsors today. I want to tell you how in I am with one of our sponsors that's not even on this episode. I have ordered 3 disc plates.
Oh my goodness.
I've got 3 surprise disc plates coming to Todd. I can't wait. Our house I want it to be like armored with disc plate. I want there to be I want there to be no.
There's going to be no radioactive activity coming because the magnets on the wall.
Space, disc plates only, baby. And when you go on, so I was going to search things. I wanted to get Todd a Survivor one. So I typed in Survivor and it was just all like pictures of peg legs and people being like, I may not have a leg, but I got a leg up on you. It was all amputees, which, come on, my thing. And like cancer survivors. And then I looked up Jeff Probst and it was just Jeff Bezos, which I almost got you a Jeff Bezos one with like a Jeff Bezos quote.
What was the quote?
It was something like, your brand is how the world sees you, blah, 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 blah.
Did it say your network is your net worth?
No, it said something about your brand, but I actually couldn't read it because, no offense, displayed. It's very weirdly displaced. The words, I couldn't read it. But what else did I find on there? There were just so many funny, weird disc plates. But I'm excited. I want to be like with the terrarium. I want to be with disc plates. I want to be patient and I want to find the perfect things. Because once you get a disc plate, you never displace the disc plate. You're gonna be
and we're still waiting for your guys' disc plates at the comedy store.
I know, come on, guys. I think when you guys see my disc plates, you're gonna want to get your own and get some for us because.
Well, we haven't been to the comedy store in a while. Maybe what if they just had like stacks of disc plates at the comedy store waiting for us? Rich is just like, I got all these disc plates. What am I gonna do with all these?
I'm spinning so many disc plates. Disc plates are the future. I signed up for the disc plate club. So I can make my own. I'm in.
We're making
display. You better stay our sponsor. What if they like our ad person's like display's no longer a sponsor? It's like too late. I'm in.
Got my Easter Terrarium.
Todd, what are you getting?
Total. Get one?
Get whatever you want, but doesn't it have to be in sunlight or something?
It says full sun to low light. So it's
get it. I love it. We're definitely gonna kill it, but why not? Todd is pretending like he knows what he's doing.
See, this is good. This will make a false bottom for the thing. It creates like a reservoir of water.
Put rocks in your pants, babe.
Love then we got some moss here.
Don't just buy everything in the same area. You're gonna overbuy. The thing is like...
I'll get one of these.
Oh my god, he thought it was gonna be so much bigger.
No,
I saw you clap that out. You thought that was gonna be a big thing?
Perfect size. Maybe one of these. Oh yeah, that's...
It's already full. This entire terrarium's full. You got two things that's already full.
Look, I'll get a nice small one. $5.
How are you gonna pay for that? You gonna take it out of your poker account? You take that $5 out of your poker account? This is like going hungry to the grocery store and going mushrooms to the Home Depot plants.
All right, I got my moss here. I got my coral cactus here. And then I got some of my plants I'm gonna decorate into here. Oh, it's gonna go right in the center.
And then do you put
All right, this is the first draft. Look how beautiful that is. This guy lined it up on the row, some ducks in a row. And then I got that with some white stone around it. Oh,
this is beautiful.
that cactus is gonna look like this soon.
Oh my god, a clicker with blood on it.
So it's gonna look really cool. It's gonna be beautiful.
Today's episode is sponsored by BlueChew. Boing, 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 boing. Oh my God, men, it's time to level up your confidence, okay? Todd's a confident guy, but sometimes we need a little more time to get things going, you know?
And listen, everybody loves a guy who is self-assured in the bedroom, and BlueChew can help make sure you're ready whenever the mood strikes. And when's the mood striking?
The mood striking 5 minutes ago. Todd took one, so oh boy, Todd's boned up, ready to go.
I'm as stiff as a piece of hardwood floor paneling.
I'm light as a feather. He's stiff as a board. I'll tell you that. We love BlueChew and we love a confident man. Listen, guys, sex is life. It's how we live. It's how we grow. It's how we come to be.
Let me break down what happens in the bedroom. We get all frisky. We start touching each other. Start getting a little touchy-feely.
The remote goes up and down a couple times on the hospital bed.
And
then what happens?
And then I go, I got to use the bathroom real quick. I pop in the bathroom. I open up a pack of BlueChew. I put it in. I chew one up. And I get a little sink water, rinse it down.
Sink water? You're coming to kiss you come to kiss my vagina with sink water?
And then, you got to wait a little bit time. So I'll be like, oh, hey, let's find like a good song to put on or a good like sexy thing to watch on TV.
What's your favorite song to listen to?
I like the one that goes, Rivers and Roads, oh, rivers
the ALS
and
song
roads.
from the ALS documentary. Todd likes to cry. Let me tell you, Todd likes to cry when he's watching his movies and when he's doing his doobies. Okay? When Todd's humping, He's crying.
So I put on Rivers and Roads. I get in there, and then I make a river out of her road.
But if he doesn't take the BlueChew, let's just say the river has a dead end and it's quite early on in the road.
It's a rocky, rocky road.
Let's just say if I have any interest in any of my own pleasure, Todd's getting a BlueChew. BlueChew is the online service that delivers ED medication straight to your door.
Oh my God. That's the thing you hate. I hate it. I hate going to like a Rite Aid and going, hey, you guys got any boner pills? And then like everyone's turning around. Everyone's looking at who said boner pill? Who's this?
He hates going to the gas station and
Hate going to the gas station, seeing Navi at the gas station.
and getting those little Spanish fly. What are those things?
Rhino 69.
Rhino 69s. Listen, we don't mess with Rhino 69s. We are a BlueChew exclusive.
And with the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra at a fraction of the cost, be ready for a good time anytime.
Anytime, baby. BlueChew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it. And they've got a special deal for all you fannies out there. Try BlueChew for free when you use promo code Annie at checkout. Please take my free boners, please. This is something, listen, not since I was at that Fish concert wearing my toes out in those Birkenstocks have I given out so many free boners than I do on this podcast with BlueChew. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code Annie to receive your first month free, plus $5 shipping. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And thank you, BlueChew, for sponsoring this podcast. Oh my God, do I love ZocDoc. ZocDoc is one of my favorite apps. I went and saw a neurologist today, okay? Do you know, okay, my cluster headaches, I get them every 2 years. I have never been able to find a neurologist easily. It's always taken so many. I have to call. I have to make sure they take
Takes weeks and weeks and weeks.
It really does. By the time I find a neurologist, I no longer have cluster headaches, which also might be the case, but that's just because it took me so long to get a neurologist to actually try to get one. Friday night, I went, this is it. I can't do this anymore. I have my weekend in Toronto I cannot miss. I said, next week, I'm going to a neurologist. I'm going to see what I can do. If I can get on steroids, get some oxygen, whatever I need to just zap these disgusting headaches out of my head so I can come party in Toronto. And that's what I did. I was able to, on a late night on Friday night, get an appointment for early morning on Tuesday. I was able to go today. It was so amazing. The doctor was hilarious.
And that's all because when you need a quality doctor and you need them right now, there's only one place to turn.
It's ZocDoc.
ZocDoc.
It's true. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun. By the time I got there, the woman goes, oh, did you need to fill out your new patient forms or did you already do that online? I had already done it. I didn't even need to fill out the forms because ZocDoc sent me the forms ahead of time. I am like...
Here, I'll do an impression of Annie. Pretend you're handing me the new patient form.
Here's the new patient form.
Oh, new patient form?
It was a lighter. I used a lighter. I burned it. And I said, Hail Satan.
Oh, new patient form?
We cannot burn down the studio. We rent.
Uh-oh.
I love ZocDoc so much. I really, you guys, so I guess, I don't know how it really works, but you don't pay for it. So
no one knows how it works.
No, I don't know how
it's a mystery.
No, that's not what I'm saying. It's just, I don't know how, I just mean like, I don't know how it's makes sense. Like it's as a business because I'm paying nothing and I'm getting everything from this. I love it so much. I've already been to a dentist and neurologist. I have an appointment for, to get all of my moles checked out.
Ooh.
A holy moly. You want to come to that one?
See, this is going to really change how people feel about the doctors because like no one wants to go to the doctors. It's such a hassle to book and go and make all these appointments. But with ZocDoc, you could book it the very next day.
And you can check the reviews so you can see if it's like a weirdo or something. Every once in a while, have you ever gone to one of those doctors who are like, I'm telling you that one. I'm so traumatized from our guy from the urgent care. He was so mean to me. Anyway, I love ZocDoc. You guys have to try it. This is the realest I've ever been in an ad in my entire life. I'm telling you, I love this place. It also has this feature that it goes like you haven't gotten your annual physical, you haven't gotten your like it's something like lady exams or whatever. So it has like a list of all of the things that you are due to get, and then I can go search them and find them. You put your insurance in. I mean, I can't tell you, getting a therapist used to be so hard. I would have to see if they take my insurance. Every doctor, there's always some hurdle, but ZocDoc takes care of all of that. And it's like a Yelp for them too. So you can find out if people like them, if they have a nice office, if the parking's easy. It's just really the best.
The best part is you could choose from thousands of doctors and specialists, browse through the doctor's profiles, upload and verify your insurance, and get the care you need.
You're ready to go. You walk into the office ready to go. You already know what the doctor looks like because you saw their cute little headshots. And yeah, I'm ZocDoc for life, baby.
And especially in this day and age, it's so important to be sure you're getting medical care that you can trust, you know?
He doesn't have health insurance. No, it's easy. It was like getting movie tickets. I mean, it's just so easy to do it. I love this product. I love this app. It's helping me be healthy. I'm so excited. I'm just getting ahead of everything too. Go to ZocDoc.com/Annie and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/Annie. ZocDoc.com/Annie. Todd and I did something today.
Oh, yeah. We did a very interesting thing today.
I was brought up Quaker in Philadelphia at the Quaker yearly meeting. I went to Green Street monthly meeting. And I was moved this week. I said, I want to go to Quaker meeting. Will you come with me? And Todd came with me. We went to Quaker meeting.
Ooh. And boy, oh boy, was it boring.
We shouldn't say where it is so we can make fun of it.
And boy, oh boy, was I bored.
I want to do Quaker meeting reviews.
I mean, to think that this annoying girl used to just sit in silence in a room.
Explain to them because Quaker meeting is like you sit in silence. Do you know anything about Quakers?
I can't say I know much other than learning about William Quaker in like middle school.
William Penn, but you got it close. William Penn was a Quaker.
He was a Quaker. Isn't that what Pennsylvania's named after, William Penn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. It's named after William Penn when he became a Dracula.
In his Castlevania.
When he became a vampire. That's how Todd says. Mom says vampire. But anyway, so you sit in silence. And so back in the day, William Penn, they would all sit in silence and then they would start shaking. They would feel moved to speak, like the light of God was inside them. And they would shake and they would stand up and they would speak whatever God was speaking through them. So what that turned into throughout time, and when I would go to Quaker meeting as a kid, is you would just sit in silence and then not everyone, but random people would just stand up. You're just in these benches facing each other. And they would just stand up and say whatever they want. And I spoke a lot. Let's just say
there was a little girl that had a few things to say. Let's just say there was a little girl with a few things on her mind.
So Todd's sitting there. He's like, I can't believe you sat silent for an hour. It's like, yeah, they used to make me do that when I was a kid. And the rest of my life has been retaliating against that. I've been rebelling against the hours that they made me sit there. As a kid, it was full torture. I mean, you're in absolute silence. No one's looking. No one really looks up.
No one's looking up. It's just old people looking down, all sad. And then one person stands up and they go, "My wife died today."
No.
And then they sit back down. And you're like, what the hell is that?
It was beautiful. I loved it. I was very moved throughout the entire time. I had a great time. I thought it was so cute.
I wasn't as moved as you were.
But
I was thinking about stuff.
But Todd was wearing his Yeezys, like the foam runners, which, by the way, Todd showed up in like Jew-hating Yeezys. Quakers are like peaceful pacifists.
Why are they Jew-hating Yeezys?
Because they are.
Why?
Oh, you think they're back because of Jonah Hill?
He says
are you going to die on that Jonah Hill?
He says they're cool.
Are you going to die on that Jonah Hill?
He says likes them again.
Jonah Hill has probably been biting his tongue in interviews.
No, Jonah Hill's been partying. He was like,
But then he has an alter ego. Can we actually put some picture of Jonah Hill's alter ego?
Here's Jonah Hill's alter ego. Right here.
I'm physically uncomfortable. I'm disgusted. I'm mad. I'm mad about it.
What is it? Like
I'm
Prophet,
also
Mike
trying
Prophet?
to let people live. I'm trying to let live. What's the name of it?
I think he calls himself Prophet Mike Prophet.
Is this acceptable?
Why not?
You're right. I have to let people live. Jonah Hill, do your
Why
thing.
not?
I saw you're in therapy. I watched the documentary about it.
Stutz.
Stutz. I liked Stutz. That's when I found out you were into his mom. Todd thinks Jonah Hill's mom's hot.
She got that fatty.
I can't. Were you talking about Jonah Hill or her booty? Her booty hole. I can't get my nails done because of my cluster headaches, and it's becoming unmanageable. They're just growing so long.
But yeah, so Quaker meeting was cool.
Go ahead.
I learned something. I had a realization during it all. I was sitting there, and it's like you walk in, and it's so boring that time kind of like slows down so slow, where you're checking your watch, and like it's minutes have gone by, and you're like, what the hell? It feels like I've been here for hours.
You don't fall into check the watch trap. You never check the watch.
I know, but I had a realization.
That's what slowed time.
But I had a realization that a lot of these old people, I feel like the reason why they like Quaker meeting and they like church is because it's so boring. And I think they purposely make it boring because it's kind of like their life is going by so fast, and it's the one place where everything just slows down, and they're like, all right, this is taking forever. I like this. I literally count the minutes because it's just so painfully boring. And I think that's a big draw for old people to go to church and to go to these types of things.
Listen, I've been to Quaker meeting my whole life. There used to be kids. There used to be like Quakerism is dying out.
But that's what's another thing too.
Wait, what were you gonna say?
For kids, it's like teaching kids how to slow down because kids move so fast. You know, kids grow up fast. So it's almost like teaching kids to like slow down.
I was in absolute hell as a kid. I mean, I had such raging ADD, and I was like, I'd be sitting there, you're next to your brother, your friends are near you, you're like, oh. I had like tricks. I wore this shirt because Wednesday we would have it in school, so the whole school would do it on Wednesday mornings, but it was only, I think, 45 minutes. But I would wear this shirt that had a phone on it, and then it had an actual like cord. So I would just be like going like this with my cord.
I can imagine you just sitting there and your head turning red, and you're like,
it was really hard. But I would talk. I would always talk. I talked every time. Like it's
what
exercise.
Would you say? Do you remember something you said?
I do. I remember standing up. I've talked about this before because Max will
when you were a kid?
Yeah. Let me ask Max.
He ain't going to pick up.
Shh.
He ain't picking.
I've already called him today and he's not picked up.
Hello.
Oh! You're on my solo podcast, AnnieWood.
Right now?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Todd, we went to Quaker meeting today, and Todd was asking me.
Bored.
Todd was very bored. He was talking about, he thinks that it's just so old people can like slow time down.
Well, it's not a bad take. And I thought you were going to say can sleep.
No. Okay,
old people
Max,
sleeping.
there was an air conditioner on for half of the meeting, and then it shut off, and all you heard was just snores. It was like surround sound of snores. It was just old people asleep.
That was always so awkward. That one guy at Green Street that was always snoring.
Was it Bill? Was it the guy with the bulldog belt buckle?
I never saw any of their belt buckles, Annie.
I swear I was not molested at any Quaker anything. That is the only place that I was safe, to be honest.
But what were some things that you have stood up and talked about?
Todd wanted me to ask you what I would stand up and say, because I stood up a lot.
Oh, Annie, she stood up a lot, but I'll never forget the day she stood up and was like, do you guys ever just like think about what would happen if you woke up one day and your life that you'd been living was actually just a dream and you were living like a whole other life? And everyone was just like, wow.
Everyone was like, we think about that all
in second grade.
I was in second grade. No, I didn't use stuff that I remember thinking it was first grade because I remember thinking about Cindy, my first grade teacher. Or wait, she was my kindergarten teacher. But I remember going like, what if Cindy was my mom?
She was first grade. Oh, she was my first grade teacher.
My first grade teacher died of AIDS, Tom King. He used to call himself the Big Cheese. And let's just say the cheese got moldy and he passed away. And he also looked like Freddie Mercury, which was really weird. But
He had that overbite.
he had an overbite and he also did not teach me to read. But I guess he was going through something. He had a couple letters he was focusing on.
So he's the reason
Yeah, it's his fault.
you can't read.
Let's dig him up and tell him. No, Tom was cool though. Anyway, what are your like memories of meeting?
Lots of adventures in my brain. Just lots of thinking. I learned how to be bored. Thank goodness for ADD, because that would have been tough.
I remember.
You know?
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I mean, I was always like either fighting with my hands until they told you couldn't do that. Like I was like playing with my hands like they were action figures. And they told me I had to stop doing that. I wish I leaned on the Tourette's back then. Like, it's my Tourette's.
My brother's Tourette's, isn't that cool?
It's cool.
It was such a good pickup line.
What, you just called her a bitch and you said, sorry, it's Tourette's? What a bitch.
Sorry, I have Tourette's. Don't haze me.
They're like gonna go extinct. They were so excited to see fresh blood. I felt so guilty when we left today.
So many people had just died.
They did like a thing at the end where they're like, all right, we're going to share our joys and sorrows. And Todd was like, please no sorrows. Please no sorrows.
So wait, you went to Green Street?
No, we went to a Quaker meeting in LA.
Oh, okay.
And this woman stood up and she's like, my friend is, we have to make sure these people don't hear it. They're not going to hear this, right?
No.
So mean to tell this. It's like telling someone's like AA story. But she was like, I'm just thinking, and this is like, we're like trying to be like, oh, maybe this is gonna be like positive. People just share their joys. She goes, I'm just thinking about my 96-year-old friend. All of them are like in their late 70s, 80s. So their older friends are very old. Like, I'm thinking of my 96-year-old friend whose skin is so thin, it just bleeds. I was like, oh my God.
Thanks for painting that picture.
Like, can we shine light on her? But it was sweet. It's nice to like send people light and make them feel good. And they had like a terminally ill member.
Yeah, well, don't shine too much light. Imagine that sunburn.
Yeah, she needs to be covered.
Bleeding skin.
But it was really, I loved it. I thought it was so sweet. And they were so desperate for us to stay. And Todd was like, we've got to go. Todd's like, he whispered in my ear, goes, we're not staying for the food. We got to go. And I was like, okay. And we leave.
That's what I love about Todd. He's a boss. He won't let you dilly-dally.
No, he won't.
If he didn't say that, you would have fucking stayed.
I would still be there.
Yeah.
I would have all their phone numbers.
Here's what I was saying. I was like, we cannot I didn't want to know any of these people because I was like, we cannot have people dying in our lives right now.
Yeah, that's darkness. I don't want to meet a friend that's going to die soon.
I know. I'm just like, we're going to be the ones that find them. They were so sweet, though. I want to go back. You don't have to come, though. But it was so sweet. You came with me.
I came.
We got to take him to Green Street meeting. This place only had fold-out chairs.
We're gonna start going to all the religions.
We're going to go to all churches and do like church reviews.
And we're going to review them and.
Oh, that's nice. Like
by boring level.
Yeah, how boring it is. If you could catch the vibe of the spiritualness.
You didn't eat the food.
How creepy the preacher is.
Yes. Right. I will say there was no mention of Jesus, no mention of God. It was very chill. It was a very sweet meeting, but there were like elderly people fighting.
The silence part. Right? There's no mention of anything because nobody was talking.
Do you remember feeling like, oh God, please someone stand up? Oh, you know what Todd noticed, Max? He noticed all the people like false starting.
Like they like, I want to say something. And then you could just see them in their head go, no.
Well, I had to fight standing up.
No.
I had to fight standing up. Like, I talk enough. It's like, let these people live. And you're like,
remember, I didn't stand up a lot. I just remember one of the main ones that I remember was in first grade. Or kindergarten, I can't remember. Whenever the first Iraq war started, I remember standing up and saying, if George Bush wants to be a hero, he'll stop the war.
And everyone was like, yay!
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I bragged to people about that.
No, there's a type of Quaker brag that comes. Oh, also it's like, so the Quakers started the Underground Railroad. Like they were the ones that formed the Underground Railroad and helped escape a lot of slaves. But the only people I've ever heard that from are Quakers.
Well, I mean, it was abolitionists who were a lot of them were Quakers.
But Quaker school would really push that on us. They love Black History Month. They're like, they're like, it's our
was
month.
Johnny Appleseed a Quaker? I feel like I learned that at Quaker school. Like Johnny Appleseed, the reason that you eat apples.
I don't even know if Johnny Appleseed's real.
You might not be.
All right. Anyway, I can't wait to see you guys in Vegas soon.
Oh, Max and I are celebrating a milestone birthday. We're going to be 25 soon. And we are going to have our 25th birthday in Vegas, baby. What? That's his phone. That's
Unless our
That's
mother
your phone.
gets her way where she's like, I just want to stay home and do nothing.
So Max and I are turning 40 and we're so excited. It's like, I have a twin. It's like so fun to be able to share my birthday with him. I try to do it as much as I can. And so I go, let's go to Vegas. And my mom goes into the text and she goes, or we could just do it in Philly. It's like, we live there. We don't want to go where we live. So, but we're going to go to Vegas. Anyway, okay. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay. Bye. He always picks up on podcasts. Okay. So the gorilla is my mom has done this to every child except me. She knows better. Every time one of us has like a monumental event in our life, my mom hires a gorillagram to humiliate the child. So Timmy, for his 30th birthday, my older brother he decided he wanted to be a life coach. Did I tell this already?
I think I'm inspiration. You told me.
Okay. He wanted to be a life coach. And so he or like a motivational speaker, which he was living in my mom's attic still, so it was weird, but he wanted to do it. It was just what he wanted to do. So he got all of these, like, set up this whole thing. He bought like a big notepad and markers, and he rented out this building. He invited all of his friends. He got all these people to come, and he gave this like it was cute. He was like giving like a motivational speech. He had people like write down their goals for their life, and then he had them tear it up. He goes, live free, don't go by goals or whatever. I can't remember what he did. But he does this whole thing. And the one thing you really need when you're a motivational speaker is just your audience to kind of like trust that you have control over the speech. Right at the end, he's about to get through it. People are having a good time. Boom, the doors open and in busts a gorilla in a Hawaiian skirt, a straw skirt and a grass skirt and coconuts, and just comes up and starts dancing in front of him and steals the show.
And everyone laughs?
And everyone just laughs at him.
And your mom set it up?
And my mom's like, aren't I hilarious? And so that was a move. And then Max got a job. He finally got this like dream job of his writing for the school newspaper, the sports section of the school newspaper. And my mom sent a gorilla to his office. Like he just got the job. A gorilla who came with and poured a 40 out in front of him.
In the office?
In the office.
And he didn't get fired?
He didn't get fired. But my mom, his payback for my mom was he never brought it up. She goes, did anything happen at work? And he went, no. He just never acknowledged that it happened. And she was just dying to hear about it. So I will be fucking my mom up with a gorilla one day.
But she'd like it.
Nah, that's okay. Would she like it? She might.
She would. To send to someone's job, though?
I know. Well, she also wrote into the paper once. She wrote into the paper against something Max wrote once.
Oh, my God.
She joined our swim team. Look, I love my mom, all right? She's reliving her childhood through us. But I liked Quaker meeting. I wanted to stand. I wanted to talk.
But yeah, we're just gonna get to the bottom of what the best religion is. We're gonna find
the best religion, the chillest
best
church,
one, the chillest church, the coolest church,
the
funnest church.
So
we're gonna go to a mosque. We're gonna go to a synagogue. What is a synagogue? Jewish?
Yes. You don't know what you do. Not wear your Yeezys into the sun.
I'm
By the
wearing
way,
them.
Todd wore his satanic hat.
I had to hide
his
my
Yeezys,
tattoos
well,
too.
your tattoos are fine. They don't care. Quakers are accepting. They're like, oh, you're a Satanist? Come on in.
Well, the guy next to me looked like he was very Jesus-ish.
No way. The DC guy?
Yes.
No, he was just
He's dressed like Easter is every day.
He was dressed like Easter. Everyone else just had canes.
So write in the comments, guys, right? What do you
Which
think?
church do you want us to go to?
Which church you want us to go to? What do you think the funnest religion is?
We got to go to
What do you think the most boring one is?
we got to go to the like
Quaker is definitely the most boring. We started with the most boring,
I like it the best.
but it's most boring. It's the chill level is high, but the boring level
But
is
you
low.
can use your imagination, so you're boring. You're going to say my church is boring. You're boring. That's your head that
It's
bored you.
boring.
My head was not bored. When I heard the air conditioner going off, this is what my mindset was. This is what I would have shared, which would have killed, by the way. When the air conditioner was going off, it sounded to me like water, like running water. So I was like running through like running water throughout my life and my childhood. And I was thinking about my mom in the kitchen doing dishes and the water running. And then I was like, oh my God, I cannot remember where the dishwasher was in my childhood home. And I was trying to remember, like, where was it? Where was it? And I could kind of like place where I thought it was. And I was just trying to like put it. And then I was like, but you know, I don't remember where the dishwasher was, but I do remember how good it felt when we would play outside in the snow and my mom would like make us hot chocolate,
Oh,
you know? And then I was like thinking about taking baths with my brother.
see, I was coming up with a lot of sad revelations.
Mine were like where I would get sad and then I'd be like, actually, the good point is that I remember these like good parts of it. You know, I remember my mom would always like read to us. Like I was just thinking about like when we were in the bath, my mom would read to us. She would have us like write poems and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was cool. And then I realized, I think the reason I don't like baths is because I'm a twin. And baths were like a social thing for me when I was little. And now it feels like really boring to be in a bath. It's
Oh
like
my
lonely to be
God.
in a bath.
No, I had a revelation of like,
People don't kill themselves in the shower, okay?
yeah, yes, they do.
Do they?
Think so.
I think they lay in a bath in the most boring, lonely place you could be.
I had a revelation where I was like thinking like the pandemic was like, remember the show The Watchmen? And you know how like the alien came and that like killed everyone? I was thinking like the alien was like the pandemic where it came, it killed off a shit ton of people. And then the aftermath, like everyone was like so scared, like, oh my God, this could happen again. And everyone was like conspiracy theorists. Remember the guy like lived in a bunker and he wore his like aluminum foil mask and shit? And I'm like, that is like what's happening now where everyone is just scared shitless. And now it's like they're afraid of like, they're afraid of like the pandemic, but they're also like afraid of the government. People are so scared of the government. They have like no trust in the government. There's no trust in like any like stability. And it was just like, I was just having like this sad realization. Stability.
It made sense why you said stability. Like there, I can run that thought through with you.
But it was just, that was like the revelations I was getting. And I was like, is everyone like terrified right now? Why is everyone so
think
scared?
about-
Like
okay.
life is beautiful. Life is good. Everything is
Yeah.
fine.
We
Like, literally
survived. We came
everything
out
is
of a
fine.
pandemic. That's what I
Yeah.
keep saying. I keep saying like the coming out of it. That's how I feel. But it's like, it's the age old cup empty, cup full.
Or it's like they want to be scared too. It's like something like, you know.
Well, maybe that's what comforts them because they had 2 years straight of being it.
And then I was just thinking like being an atheist as I am. I was like, it's just weird, like, because having like not the fear of God is a weird thing because like people like are afraid of God. Isn't that weird too?
Did you feel like people were afraid of God in that room?
Yes, people are afraid of God.
You thought they were afraid of God in that? There's no God. It's all inner. It's like lightness.
I know, but they're
and goodness.
afraid of like hell. And this is what I was thinking too. I was
They're
thinking
not
about
afraid of
this.
hell in that.
People are afraid of hell.
Not in that room.
People are more afraid of hell than dying. They're afraid of dying and going to hell. And it made me think, if you went to hell, what would your hell look like?
Quaker meeting. Even though I love it,
Where you're not allowed to talk. They
Quaker
just whip you
meeting,
every
but it
time you
never
open-
ends. You can't stand up. You can't stand up, and everyone's just sharing their sorrows.
Yeah,
That was hard.
I know. Why do they do that? Joy. They're like joys and sorrows. I was like, why sorrows? Just do
Because they
joys.
want you to shine light on things
That's
for
like
people.
if we
Like
were-
if they have like a terminally ill cousin or something, they want you to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
pray for them and send them light.
But that's like if You know how we do the wins of the week?
Yeah, it's like
That's
the
like
losses.
if we were like, all right, guys, tell us your wins and then tell us where you felt really shitty in our comments. But maybe we should do that.
Your lows, your highs and lows.
All right, guys, give it a try. Give us your highs and lows this week.
I don't want lows. That's what my meet and greet's for. No, here's the thing. Write your lows, but write like a positive take from it at the bottom.
Or do this. Write your lows, write it out really long, detailed lows, and then delete it, and then write something positive. How about that? That way no one ever sees it, but you wrote it. You wrote it out, but just delete it.
Release it,
and then write a positive thing.
I kind of want to read their lows. I got excited for a second. Maybe write your lows and then comment underneath the win of the lows.
Yeah.
The win of the loss.
Oh no, AnnieWood's going to turn into like a Quaker cult. Annie's going to be a cult leader soon. Once we get a house,
I have to be honest.
the backyard is going to be filled with people.
I fight being a cult leader every day. Every day I wake up and I go, dear Lord, give me the strength to not become a cult leader.
Well, we could go into our movie reviews because we watched a movie that is kind of on the subject of all this with Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke.
we
Guys,
love
we
Ethan
love
Hawke.
Ethan Hawke.
We gotta get him on.
We love Ethan Hawke so much. We love Ethan Hawke, and I had an Ethan Hawke. I don't want to look at my life like I've made mistakes or I've missed out or I've taken the wrong turn, but I have an Ethan Hawke wrong turn. I was staying at this, it was in Stowe, Vermont. It was called, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a hotel. It's like a ski lodge and it's built around a tree. And earmuffs, my ex-boyfriend's grandfather built it, but I found that out later.
He built the tree?
He built the place around the tree. Oh my God, Todd. So anyway, we're there for my cousin's wedding and it's just this awesome ski lodge. It's old, it's cool. It's got like a bear and it's awesome. It's just such a fun place. It's very red rummy. It was just it was just the wedding and Ethan Hawke. Ethan Hawke was there and he was coming down the stairs while I was going up and we were like, oh, hello.
What year was this around?
This was year 2015 or 2016.
That's weird. That's like right when I saw Ethan Hawke. I saw him right when Boyhood came out.
Where?
Like Boyhood came out and I saw him in Philadelphia. He was at my restaurant.
Oh, he came to your restaurant?
And one of the other servers was like, yo, the guy from...
He
said the guy from Training Day is here.
The guy
I was like, Denzel?
Imagine.
I know. I was like, Denzel? He's like, no, the other guy. I was like, Ethan Hawke? And he was sitting there. He had a group of people with him. He had like the big table.
Here's the thing. At that point, I think I did have a TV show on E, but I wasn't confident. I knew I only had 4 episodes. Do you know what I mean? Like, I knew it wasn't getting picked up. But now I would totally know how to talk to Ethan Hawke. I would know how to
your
Ethan
water
talk.
bigger than my water?
We went in. I didn't mean to. I got 3 waters and 1 was big and I didn't mean to. And I go to Laura and I go, I didn't mean to do this, but I guess the queen must be the queen. It's untouched. It's only here to show that Todd's is smaller. But I didn't want to bother him and I didn't have anything to offer him.
But we saw the movie First Reformed.
Yeah, it was great.
He was
played
a priest.
Maybe that's why I wanted to go to Quaker meeting. I feel like that's why I wanted to go.
Might have been like a thing. He was a priest at a church. Great movie. It was shot well. It was written by the man that did Taxi Driver. So we knew there was going to be like a story of like a deteriorated man that had enough with society or something,
But it was really cool.
And it was Ethan Hawke as a priest
But he used to be in the military. He's an ex, I think, guy in the army.
Yeah, army.
But he quit the military because his son had gone to the military. No,
he quit, and then he said he had a son, and he said, I want you to join the military, and his son died in the military.
His son died in war, and then he became a priest. And then it's crazy, there's some gory scenes.
But it's about, he, starts seeing this guy who's, a conspiracy theorist, but he's, an environmentalist.
Should we do spoiler alert?
Yeah, I'm not going to spoiler it. You kind of spoiled it. I didn't spoil it.
What?
By saying his son died in the war.
He said it like the third scene.
All right, well.
He was telling this guy that you're introducing already.
I know, but this is what the movie's about. It's about he sees this guy who's an environmentalist. She calls me the spoiler. She's the biggest spoiler of them all.
I'm a spoiler.
So let's just say when we do our movie review segment, there was going to be some spoils thrown in and out. It's like biting into an apple and you're like, oh, this spot's a little spoiled.
So why don't we'll just put up the time you can skip to? Why don't you put up before the time you can skip to when we're done with the movie?
No, it's fine. You guys want to hear it all anyway. Spoils are done. We live in the 22nd century. It's fine. So, so Ethan Hawke, stay with me
Okay, guys, the 22nd century.
Ethan Hawke.
Welcome to the 22nd century, guys. Go ahead.
Ethan Hawke as the priest meets this guy who's an environmentalist.
Are our kids going to be stupid?
Oh my God.
Todd, you just said the 22nd century. And you said it seriously.
21st, 22nd, whatever it is.
Because it's 2023? Is that why you said 22nd?
Can we move on from this? Can we start?
No, I really need to know, were you joking? No. You're not going to point out my learning disabilities when you just said the 22nd century.
Yes, it was a joke.
Okay, we're going to do the dumb guy thing where we pretend it was a joke. Go ahead. Comment below if you think Todd was kidding.
This is all getting cut out. We're just wasting battery time.
Go ahead.
No, you explain it now.
So he meets up with this guy who's like an environmentalist, but he went to jail for one of his environmental things. And in jail, he got kind of radicalized. And he just...
Oh, he went to jail? I didn't hear that part.
Oh, my God.
I didn't.
Yes, he went to jail. And then when he came back from jail, he's married to Amanda Siegfried.
Who's pregnant.
And he wants her to have an abortion because he doesn't want to bring a kid into a world that's dying. And then that's where I'll leave it off. So it's just all this interesting.
It's got like political stuff to it, and it's like
Cedric the Entertainer.
And he's great. He's got like a serious role.
I met him at the Comedy Store recently. He is really kind of everything that the world needs.
Yeah.
He was so sweet and smooth and nice and cool.
Well, what's a rating for the first Reform? I give it like the ending could have been better, so I give it like an 87%.
I'm going to give it a 7. I'm just going to do 1 to 10 because I don't want to do percentages.
All right, your IMDb. I'm
Metacritic?
I'm
Rotten Tomatoes. Okay. I'm giving it a 7 because I liked it. It was interesting. It was cool. Love Ethan Hawke. The acting was phenomenal. There was a gory scene that was fucking gorgeous. But the ending is ambiguous, and I don't like an ambiguous ending. I want you to tell me what it is. And then when we look up what the ending means and the guy goes, oh, I want you to decide. Go fuck yourself. Do your goddamn job and end a fucking movie. I'm so tired of these movies. Leaving it up to me.
We did watch like 3 movies.
Every movie, this is like the cool thing to do. Finish your fucking movie. Oh my God. It makes me so mad.
It's like a cop-out. It's like lazy writing almost.
I don't think it's lazy writing. I believe that they think that they're doing like giving this to the world.
We did watch where he was like, he did screenings, and if some of the audience leaned more of what they thought this way, then he would edit it so more of the audience would feel. So he got to like where half of the audience felt it went one way and half the audience.
Which I appreciate. Listen, I appreciate like.
Well, it's crazy to do.
If I eagle, like I come out, I look at it through the eagle view or hawk view, whatever. Ethan Hawke view. I get it. That's so cool. I love the artistry of that. As a viewer, fuck you. Oh my God. I mean, Taxi Driver was kind of like that too. You were like, did this happen or not?
How does Taxi Driver end?
He shoots everyone?
And saves her?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember. I just saw it.
It doesn't end like...
It just ends with you don't know if he really shot them or not.
Oh, really?
Or if he imagined it. I think. I don't fucking know. But see, if you had a succinct ending, I would remember the ending. I just forgot. I don't remember who was in that. Jodie Foster.
Young Jodie Foster.
Don't say it like that.
She's young. But so what else did we see? We saw a really good one.
Which one?
That Annie really liked.
Oh, I loved it. Triangle of Sadness was so awesome.
It was nominated for Best Picture this year.
Oh, you guys have probably already seen it. It was nominated, but so we don't need to talk about it too much.
No,
but
no one's actually seen it. It's one of those movies that like no one sees when it's.
I loved
nominated.
it so much. It was so awesome. And maybe my movie reviews are skewed because all I've seen is terrarium videos on mushrooms, which by the way, sometimes there's too many mushrooms and you can't watch terrarium videos. It's too weird to see things grow. Like watching someone clean out a tank when you're tripping on mushrooms is like rough. But anyway, I thought it was awesome. It had a lot of like, social statements but bottom line, Woody Harrelson is a king. Ethan Hawke, Woody Harrelson. We're really collecting our favorites. Juliette Lewis, we love. Who
Yes.
my friend on Instagram. But it's just I'm seeing my favorites, and they've always been my favorites. That's what's so crazy.
Yeah,
Seeing
they're
your
getting
favorites get better.
Yeah.
It's almost like Quaker meeting. The older you get, the better it gets. But I thought it was so incredible. I loved it. All the actors, everyone was so.
And a quick synopsis of it is like a bunch of billionaires on a yacht, and it crashes. They end up on an island,
And that's it.
and that's
all he's telling.
Just think about that.
It's just so funny.
a lot
And
of role reversal.
there's a diarrhea scene, and I'll just tell you, Todd said this while we're watching. He goes, every diarrhea scene is hilarious in every movie, and it's true.
Every puking scene where people are
Puking and
puking.
diarrhea in movies is number one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It was really good. I'm trying to think if I had any more
What would you
insights
rate
on
that
it.
one?
I would give that.
Triangle of Sadness.
I think I'd give it a 9.
9.
The only reason I'm not giving it a 10 is just because
But you get a 9 point something.
9.8.
Yeah, I give it like but 90% sounds good.
It was so good. It was just so, I just loved it. It was a long movie too, right?
Long.
I loved it. It was so fun. I would watch it again. I thought it was just so funny. I loved every single character in it.
I watched it without Annie first. She was asleep because she didn't want to watch. She was like, Triangle, this sounds stupid.
I did not say that.
You did say that. So then I waited for you to fall
I said
asleep and
sound
then
like
I put
a
it
sad lesbian, a depressed lesbian. That's what I said. And I didn't say there was anything wrong with that. I just said I wasn't in the vibe, in the
on.
mood for that.
So you fell asleep and then I put it on. And I said she's going to love this
Oh
movie.
my God, it was so good. There are some things like, okay, so if you have seen it, should we just...
We could talk about it. Who
Okay,
cares?
there's a couple in it. This is spoiler, sorry guys. There's a couple, these two models, and they're a couple, and then on the island, the one guy starts banging this woman in power who's older, okay, and not hot. And then at first he's just banging her because she like makes him, and then he starts to kind of get into her. And I'm telling Todd, I'm like, I would let you for like the team do that, but you like older ladies, so you would be so into her.
No, I would not be into her. They did like try to make her look sexy though when she was like sitting in the light and like when she was naked and she's like whacking them all.
But would you like hook up with someone if I demanded it?
No. The thing is, she was getting all the food, so he felt like a need to hook up with her so that he could give his girlfriend food and everything, but
He fell for her.
I wouldn't do that. I'd be like, we're getting our own food. We're getting away from these people, honestly.
That is true. It's like none of the men even like tried to be a man.
Because they're so... Oh my God. Did you guys watch her dribble water all over herself?
I've been on mushrooms for a month. Do you think I give a shit about dribbling water on myself? I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck.
But yeah,
Oh.
it was a hit movie. I recommend to all.
Also, I think Todd really enjoyed they had an argument in the beginning about whether men should pay or women should pay. Todd's a true feminist in the way that he
I'm
lets
a
me pay.
true feminist. I
Todd-
don't believe in gender roles.
But he holds my card, so he gets the glory of paying.
Yes. But I go, look at the name on the card. It's not me.
You do not say that. I say that every time I go. That's a woman's name. That's a woman's name. But I like Todd holding all my things. Todd is my wallet now. So if you see me wearing this, you should be triggered. It is just to show you that I spent a lot of money on it.
I'm her wallet, and then she's also my meat wallet.
I'm his wallet. I'm his sausage protector. I'm his bun. I'm his bun. Okay, what else do we see?
What was that movie with Jessica Chastain?
Oh yeah, what was that? I looked it up, but I can't remember what it's called. Oh, The Forgiven.
The Forgiven.
Which I thought was a prequel to Unforgiven, one of my favorite movies of all time with Clint Eastwood. But it was Ralph Fiennes and Jessica Chastain, and they are in Morocco. They're rich people in Morocco going to like this gay
Billionaire
couple's
party.
like millionaire party. And it was long and you hated every single character.
Every character's so unlikable.
They're so terrible.
And in the trailer, they were saying like, "Oh, the way they built these characters are so beautiful." Like that's what like the reviews was, and it was like it's so bad.
But at least you hated all of like I will give the movie maker that like you hated all of them.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
like, but I still liked the movie. I watched the whole thing. I think you fell asleep.
No, I started playing my game, my Steam Deck halfway in.
But it was a little bit like Triangle of Sadness, where it was kind of like caste system, elitist.
Yeah, role switching type
Yeah.
thing.
But it was, the premise of it is that on the way in, Ralph Fiennes is drunk, he's driving, and he kills this little kid.
Muslim boy.
This little Muslim boy who's trying to sell them
a fossil.
which I guess is something that they did with that. But it was cool. And it was like, then you go back, you just see that unfold and the turmoil from that. But it was cool. I liked the movie. I still recommend it.
It's good.
I give it a 6.
6?
Yeah. Because I loathed every
I'd
character.
give it like a 50%er.
But it was really pretty. I liked seeing things and it was fun to see the rich people being rich idiots.
Yeah. Yeah, to me it was just a little boring, slow,
It was.
boring, predictable.
Music was good.
Music was good. That's because we were getting into this Bollywood. Have we talked about
Oh, RRR, our number one movie of all time.
Yeah.
RRR was, I have been resisting.
This year,
Refuse.
This Oscar had a lot of great movies, honestly.
Resist.
RRR was
When I
also
saw
one of them.
RRR, I was like, this is not for me. I was like, there's singing, there's dancing, they're flying through the jungle. I said, resist, refuse, rant, we're not watching. Reject. Resist, refuse, reject. But then we were on vacation with our parents and we're like, this seems like something, family friendly or whatever. It was like 17 hours long. I was sad when it ended. It was so
long.
good. It was so funny.
Brutal. There was a lot of crazy
It was
action
so
scenes.
funny. It was so good. It was so great. I was like, I think I'm a Bollywood girl. I guess I am.
She is a
My
Bollywood
Bollywood
girl.
days.
I know.
I
Our Indian
loved it.
followers are gone. Should
No,
we try
there's
to
still
reach out to
some.
them?
RR was incredible. I'd like to be an AAA. I am a AAA member.
And then I looked up what like RRR meant, and it was like someone said like they just named it after like the first letters of the actual actors that are acting.
Because I think that's how Bollywood is. It's like
it's named after like the real life actor.
I think Bollywood celebrates their like stars so much.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great.
RRR.
It was so fun. And it's so hard to get people to watch it. I keep trying to get Bonnie McFarlane to watch it. And she's like, I'm not going to be able to get Rich to watch this. I'm like, yes. Your mom was like, your dad will never watch this. Your dad would love this movie.
It was great.
It was so good. Everyone will like it.
It was great.
We're talking about
That's like a 97% for me.
I would give that. I think I'm going to give it 100 because to be that
100%?
long and I'm just going to watch it the whole
10
time.
out of 10? Yeah,
10
we
out
were
of 10.
engaged.
I loved it. And I really didn't
the
want to like it.
rewatch. I guess rewatch has rewatch value
I
too.
would rewatch the hell out of it. Do you know how many things you miss in 3 hours? It was so funny. It was so good. I love how we're going to review these obscure movies. All of them are nominated.
Well, a lot of people didn't watch any of it. A lot of people just watched Everything Everywhere at Once. And what was the other big one? I don't know. There was another like big one everyone wanted to win, like Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, wait. You know what? How my brother said what did he say that you do for me?
I don't know.
Keep me in line or
Gaiju?
something?
Yeah.
Should we tell people what you said? Did we already talk about this?
I don't think so.
Todd said that I am like a rescue
Annie,
set.
here's the thing. Here's our dynamic. Annie, sure, she's the boss, but she's like the restaurant owner that's like never at the restaurant. And I'm the GM that has to like put everything together. You know what I mean? I keep the restaurant afloat and everything. And then she comes in every once in a while and be like, "How is everything?"
And gives you a company card.
She sees all the gas. She goes, "Oh, how is your food? Oh, hey." She talks to everyone, and then she's gone.
I'm also the restaurant and the food.
And she's the restaurant and the food.
He cooks me. But
that's the dynamic we have.
I love it. He takes such good care of me. I like him being my phone holder.
More phone holder.
My hand holder.
The restaurant I worked at, the owner and the executive chef were
A couple.
together.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Was it a girl or a boy? Who was who?
The owner was a girl and the executive chef was a boy.
Wow.
That was the best restaurant I ever worked at. She was the best. Best restaurant
Did
owner
you like
ever.
him?
He was such a pain in the ass.
How?
Because he's a chef.
Yeah, they're so mean
And they're
coked out.
so dick. I would just I'd bring a dish to a table and I didn't put it, because it was like a fine dining. I didn't put it at this part at 6 o'clock. And he'd be like, "Are you retarded? Are you a fucking idiot? You don't know how to put something at 6 o'clock?" And I'm like, dude, no one gives a shit.
Lauren, that's how Todd's going to treat you if you fuck anything up.
You'd be like, "Are you an idiot?" Oh, I used to be so mad.
I've never seen you yell at people like that.
I know, but I would get out of work and I'd hang out with all the other people at work. And I'd be like, "Oh, sometimes I think if a fire went on and he got caught, I would just close the door and he would just be in the fire in the restaurant."
That's a good movie.
And people were like, "Bro, what are you doing? What are you
Why do you
talking
wish
about?"
people dead all the time?
Because they're just wishes. They have no value. It's just fun to wish.
I believe in manifestation.
Can
Can I just tell you, everyone that has been shitty to me, something horrible happens to, and I thought bad things about them.
You know what's weird? It's before I found out manifestation, I always believed in jinxing
Right.
things. That was big.
Like a
where
negative
if you
manifestation.
said something, then it wouldn't happen.
Oh.
So it's almost like I was saying
very Jewish
something
of
and
you.
it's doesn't, you jinx it. You never did that where it was "Oh, don't say you're going to get this because you'll jinx it and you won't get it."
I've lived that. I've said I've been I'm about to get
But
this
now
thing.
it flipped. Now it's manifested. Now you have to say it.
I feel like that's the better, you're putting positive energy out rather than fearful
Yeah.
energy. But I will say that in high school, there was a guy that wanted me to blow him. And I remember you made a clip about this on Inspiration. He wanted me to blow him. I wouldn't blow him. He told everyone I wouldn't suck dick. He talked shit on me in school.
And then he died.
He was motorcycle racing, crashed. He was fine. He stood up triumphantly, hit by a car, dead. Okay. There was a woman that I worked
But
with.
that wasn't because he didn't.
There was a
you didn't
restaurant
blow him.
manager. There was a restaurant manager that was really, really inappropriately mean to me. She thought I wanted to bang her husband. Her husband was physically hideous. Okay. Physically, one of the most hideous. Long ponytail, a long pone. You think I'm coming for your long pone? He was from Philly, but I liked him. But he was the type of Philly that wears a Flyers hat. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yes,
Long pone with a
yes,
Flyers hat. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. And cargo shorts, long cargo shorts.
Yes. Okay. Just looked like a crackhead, like a probably South. I don't know what you call him, where he'd be from.
I don't know, almost like Jersey, Philly,
On the
Philly
edge. It
people.
was just he was nothing. Okay, there was no chance in hell.
So you believe in karma?
I'm just saying, this woman, she was so rude to me. On their honeymoon, she had a stroke.
Oh my God.
So I don't wish anything negative like that on anyone because I wished bad things on those people and bad things happen.
So here's the thing about us going on our religious escapades. How do we approach this Hinduism section since the Dalai Lama has been caught sucking tongues or
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Suck my tongue? I would call the police on Todd if he said that to me. I would call the police on my own boyfriend if he said, suck my tongue. That is the most, I mean, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life. And
The
everyone's
Dalai
like,
Lama's
no.
Hinduism, right?
But wait, and what were isn't he Buddhist? I don't know, but
No, is
honestly,
it? I don't know.
wait, but what was the,
that would be
people are
great if he
defending
was
him.
Buddhist.
people are defending him. But what is
Dalai
the defense
Lama.
of suck my tongue?
I don't know.
Have
People
you
are
heard
saying
any of the defenses?
peop-
What did you hear? Oh, no.
no. People are saying that it's sticking your tongue out is like a Hindu thing that they do to kids, where you're just like it's like a weird like thing you do. But the tongue thing is a little weird. Listen to this. Yeah, see, tight. What is this? Tibetan leader? What is that?
Tibetan?
Tibetan?
Oh, my God, Todd.
Defends.
Oh, my God. Our children are
here we
going to...
go. Tibetan leader defends Dalai Lama after suck my tongue request to boy. So
What did it say?
he's defending him. Let's
Defended
see.
it. What was the defense?
Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, defended the Dalai over a video. The Dalai Lama's actions were innocent and had been misinterpreted. Penpa Suring told reporters at an event in the Indian capital, New Delhi,
Oh, my God.
on Thursday, adding that the controversy over the video had hurt the leader's followers.
Follower? Oh,
What the
not like
hell?
on
Okay.
Instagram, like followers in life. I was like,
his
he lost
Instagram
followers. Like, oh my
followers.
God.
His Holiness, quote, His Holiness.
Also, we know from our business,
Oh,
when
he
you get accused of
is.
pedophilia, your followers don't go down.
He is Buddhist. It is a Buddhist
He's Buddhist.
thing. Yeah,
That's
I
your
thought it
mom. We
was-
gotta ask your mom. Call your mom right
His
now.
Holiness has always lived in sanctity, following the life of a Buddhist monk, including celibacy. His years of spiritual practice
Have pent up a
gone
lot of horniness.
beyond sensual pleasures. His Holiness is now being labeled all kinds of names. Ooh.
I'm so sorry. Look, suck my tongue is the absolute most inappropriate thing to tell a child. The kid recoiled and didn't want to do it. And then he made him do it again. Todd made the funniest joke. He goes, that sounds so much like something Joe Biden would do.
It's like even Joe Biden was like, "Yeesh, suck my tongue." Goddamn.
Your mom's Buddhist, right?
She's a mixed match of all these religions. Oh yeah, Buddhism. I thought he was Hindu.
Hello, you're on my podcast, AnnieWood. Do you want to be seen or unseen?
No.
Not seen? Okay, that's okay. All right, so we're talking about the Dalai Lama telling the kid to suck his tongue. You're Buddhist, right?
Yes, but not like him.
What do you think about it? Do you defend him or do you just say he's a disgrace?
I think that he just don't know what he was doing. He didn't mean any harm by it, to be honest with you. I think he was just being jokey, stupid, jokey kind of way.
Okay, so Aviana's hanging out with the Dalai Lama. Wait, by the way, he would be bleeding if he asked Aviana, the biter, to suck his tongue. He would have a lisp for the rest of his life.
Well,
You just think do you think he's senile? Do you think he's like going a little Joe
I think
Biden?
he's going senile, yes.
Yeah,
I think he
senile.
senile. I think he's going to senile. I don't... I really think that he's not all in it together. Seriously.
Yeah,
Because no right mind would do that.
it's so gross.
It's like, I don't think it's intentionally.
It's more of a left mind, right?
Yeah, it's not a gravitating to anything sexually, I don't think. It's more like he was being playful.
Any sucking is sexual.
It's gross.
What can you suck that's not sexual on a
Well,
body?
he's playing with his tongue. He want to stick it out like this.
You just literally did to me.
No, he's being a kid. He thinks he's a kid again.
Yeah.
Wait, when did he become the Dalai Lama? When he was little, right?
Probably.
Oh my
She
God.
don't know
Are you a
nothing.
Buddhist?
No, she loves
I don't-
Jesus.
I'm different kind of Buddhist. I'm not against Buddhist.
What are you looking at?
Lexi just came in.
Oh, she did. Okay. Love you. Thank you for your
Love you.
take.
Bye.
Mwah. She's so funny. She has no clue. I think the Dalai Lama became Dalai Lama when he was little, right? Wasn't he like a child? Do you know?
Nobody knows. It's one of these mysteries.
We'll find out.
Here's the thing. Dalai Lama, no Dalai Lama.
Show me on the Dalai Lama where he touched you. Does it say?
Or can you get a new Dalai Lama?
Okay, well, according to Wikipedia, he was chosen following a strict system dictated by religious. Wait. Basically, the central government approved him, and it's.
Okay.
I don't know, it wasn't his decision.
But he was a babe. Wasn't he like young? Wasn't he a boy? Also, it wasn't his decision is so funny. They're like, listen, perv, we gotta. The only way to hide you is to
no
put you in
sex,
public.
no nothing for the rest of your life. All right. It's like Siddhartha.
I think he was a kid.
Did you ever read Siddhartha?
No, what is that? Read.
It's a Buddhist
Stop, you
book.
could have stopped at, did you ever read?
It's a Buddhist book about a monk a royalty and he lived every part of life. What are you texting?
I'm just looking this.
What? Siddhartha?
He's the 14th Dalai Lama.
Ever? He's only been 14?
He was 15.
Who was the first Dalai Lama?
I don't care. Probably died of syphilis, child syphilis. So 15, so he's frozen. You know how they say that celebrities get frozen at the age they became famous?
Well, here's the thing.
He got frozen as a 15-year-old.
Here's the thing, too. With these religious heads that can't have sex, priests and everything, they're all prone to sexual assault against children because there's like a loophole in all these religions where it's like, you have sex with a kid, it's like a different, it's not real. Literally. That's why they do it.
That's not in Quakerism. Okay? There's none of that in Quakerism because there's no children in Quakerism. There's only, you have to be 75 plus to be in it. No, there's been no molesties in Quaker.
I'll say this, the Quakerisms, a lot of their positives are way high, but it's just very boring. That's the only negative. It's just so boring to go to. I can't imagine doing that, especially like on a football Sunday.
when
the football game's on, and
I'm
you just
gonna
gotta
be honest with you. I've been to like younger ones. Like I went to some in Brooklyn, and they're more annoying. Like you want an older crowd. The younger crowd is like,
they're
like, we need to feed the home. Like people are getting like, they're like crying. They're like, I saw a man on the street without a bed. You're like, okay, relax.
But I mean, even like my church. With Pablo. Remember Pablo?
Oh, that does sound fun, your church.
At least we sung songs.
Tell me how he talked.
He'd go, good morning, everybody. It's another beautiful Sunday. God has given us another day. And then he would do half the sermon in Spanish. None of my family speaks Spanish. We would just sit there.
I don't
and
even
listen
think
to
your
it.
mom speaks Laos. She doesn't even know anything about the Dalai Lama.
Well, where's the Dalai Lama?
I know she speaks Laos. She teaches me stuff.
Delhi, isn't that in
Delhi?
Delhi, isn't that in India?
Yes.
And don't Indians practice Hinduism?
I don't know.
Yes, they do. This was they do this. The
They
guy
do,
was
there's
talking
a
like
head bubble.
this. I mean, the dub they gave the Indian people like silly Indian accents too. So it was just a guy like, oh, hello, what are you doing today? I want to go on the sled.
On the sled? This is a snow day.
Where is the jungle man? I have to go see him. And his head is like bobbling.
It was so good. But wait, I want you to do Pablo as a guy who has a terrarium channel on YouTube.
Hello, Serpa Squad. Welcome to another beautiful Sunday. We're going to look into my Terrarium, which is a half water, half above water structure. I got a Fircus Pinerium plant planted in the back. I made a nice background for the Fircus Pinerium plant. And we're going to sing this song. We had our
do Pablo as the Dalai Lama.
Hello, children. It's a beautiful Sunday. Let's do a fun activity. Everyone stick their tongues out as far as they can. Close your eyes. If you feel something weird, you raise your hand. Oh, Pablo.
Oh, I love it. So click below which churches you want us to go to and review.
Churches.
How many, what should we call it instead of Yelp? What do we call our church reviews?
Help.
Chelp? Chelp reviews. How many Chelp stars do you have? Ambience? What do you rate
The
it?
ambience was weird. There was a fly that just was crawling into my Yeezys. Did
It
we talk about
was.
that? A fly.
I was just gonna, yeah.
There was like a giant old fly. It was like an old one because it was like lazy.
Are you sure? Are you sure it wasn't that you were seeing a lot of old people, so you assumed the fly was old?
No, it was like old because it was like lazy, and I was like, it was on my shoe, and I was flicking my shoe, and it would just stay on.
But the Yeezys have like a little pocket. Like it was like so cool. I was thinking if I was the fly, that'd be so awesome.
It was trying to crawl in there.
It looked like a bunk bed for
and
it.
it kept flying. I felt it at first. I had my arm around Annie, and I felt something crawling up my arm. I was like, what the fuck was that?
This was my bad because I was thinking like as a Quaker, like to be a good Quaker in Quaker meeting, even though there's very few rules, I was thinking like you're really not supposed to get distracted if you can. You're just supposed to focus on inner light and if you're feeling moved to speak. I saw the fly and I could have just let it go. You didn't see it in there, but I was like, I gotta tell
I was
him.
feeling something though. I'm glad you did because I was feeling it fly all around me.
We were kind of making out during meeting too. Nobody else was like holding hands or anything. Everyone was hands in their lap, hands in their canes.
They were like, I have my sunglasses on. I had my head down, but I was looking up at everybody and they couldn't
You know what I was
see.
thinking too with the air conditioner? The air conditioner was so loud that it felt like silence, like you got so used to it. Then when it turned off, I was like, oh, that's when things got really loud. You heard
Everyone's stomach was growling. Everyone was so hungry. That's disgusting. You could hear their stomachs growling.
That was my stomach growling.
It was all over. You just hear. And I was like, what the hell?
Todd's the only one moving. It was sweet though. Thank you for coming with me.
Yes,
so
it was
precious.
sweet. It was cute.
It was really cute. We had a great time. They were very warm and
It's
welcoming.
just community. Everyone, that's what religion is. Everyone just wants to be part of a community. They want to have a place to go and meet people.
But it was sweet. They were mourning the loss of one of their members, and it was cute.
Their members.
They were keeping them alive, talking about her. We don't really need to say the names, do we?
It was Joanne. Let's bring her, and she's in here.
Joanne, you're right. Joanne, you're here. She was cool. I wish we met her.
Yeah, but then once I heard that, I was like, I can't get attached to any of these people. I don't want to know.
That's such a sweet reason you wanted to leave. It wasn't like, let me get out of church. You were like, I just don't want to get attached to people I'm going to lose. Oh, that's precious.
Because Annie would talk to everyone, get attached to them.
I liked all the,
we know their
one with the purple
backstories.
hair. Oh, I know they were great. I'm going to tell me more about Joanne. Oh, it was really sweet. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, you could go every once in a while.
But check out, guys, go to a Quaker meeting if you're looking for a place to chill.
Just to like think, if you need a place to think
I don't think
quietly.
they're all old. There was a religion called Shakers, which was sometimes confused with Quakers, but they had some similarities. The Shakers believed in pacifism and stuff.
It was a Luke Bryant religion, right? Where it goes, country girl, shake it for me, girl, shake it for me.
The reason
girl,
it wasn't that, you're going to love. I'm glad you said that. So Shakers were a little bit similar to Quakers where they were pacifists. So that was the same. They believe that you shouldn't use violence to solve problems. So you could get out of the draft. Back in the day, you could get out of the draft by saying you were a Quaker or you were a Shaker. Because if it's in your religion that you're a pacifist, then they can't force you to go to war. So all of these people.
Do they eat meat, the Shakers?
I think they did. I think I ate meat at the.
Oh, so violence against animals is fine.
Okay. You're going to get mad at I'm going to give you something cool to get mad at. Okay. It's so funny. So, but the difference between Quakers and Shakers, one of the main differences is that Shakers believed in abstinence. So every member had to be asked in, like no one had children. no one could have kids because they weren't procreating. So they
Right.
died off because they couldn't bang. But so they had this influx during the war and during the draft of all of these people that wanted to be shakers.
That
And then they
didn't
would
wanna be in the war.
immediately quit after the war. Like immediately when the draft was over, they were out.
Oh, all right,
Happens
guys.
every time. This is going to end up being a short episode. Todd's going to edit so much out. But anyway, it was funny. They weren't banging. Let's just say the bed wasn't a shaken. But Quakers bang. Quakers are like, what's up? Let's bang.
But guys, write your wins and your sorrows, I guess. This is the new thing. Write your joys and sorrows.
Joys and sorrows, but you got to end with a happy one. We cannot, don't leave us bummed out. I wanted to also say real quick, Todd and I had a plan for our wedding that we wanted to be married by an Elvis impersonator, but like an upscale one. And then the Kardashian, which Kardashian?
Kourtney Kardashian and
You don't
Travis
want to talk
Barker.
about this?
Yeah, we could talk about it.
They had that. So can we not do it now?
Let us know. Is
Let
it
us
hack
know. Is
to
it hack?
do what Kourtney Kardashian
But
did?
everyone does Elvis impersonators.
Everyone?
We should get a trans Elvis impersonator.
It's like, maybe if like, you know, Luke Bryant did it, that's okay. Or maybe if like, you know, someone did it.
Guys, we had a beautiful spiritual AnnieWood today. It was
Yes.
so fun. Oh gosh, was
We
it
had
fun?
Lauren helping us out
Lauren,
today.
thank you so much for helping us.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so fun.
Yay! Guys, comment below all your things. We love you.
Follow the AnnieWood Instagram.
Follow AnnieWood. Welcome to AnnieWood. It's blowing up.
Follow me on Twitch, guys. We're having a party. You don't want to miss it. You do not want to miss it.
Do not miss it. Twitch is fun. Come see me live, baby. We're so excited. Toronto is going to be really fun. We can't wait to see you guys.
And tell us about what you think about my terrarium. Did it come out good? Did it come out cool?
Do you think I was taken advantage of? Really do. We love each other.
It's the meat and potatoes.
Welcome to AnnieWood. This is the land of the standies, annies, and fannies, and all of the sleeping nannies. Yeah, welcome to AnnieWood. This is the land of the standies, annies, and fannies, and all of the sleeping nannies. I'm gonna ayahuasca. I'm about to prosper. Blingy on my drinky, and Randy is living proper. Protector of the sick, she never let her fishes die. Never known to tell a lie, she even fixed Todd's eyes. Shout out to the slugs, shout out Woody's too. Shout out Estee and Kalila and the AnnieWood crew. Cause this is AnnieWood, you know that this is how I'm living. Real and never pretending shit, you know that it's a gift. Welcome to AnnieWood. This is the land of the standies, annies, and fannies, and all of the sleeping nannies.